Hello and welcome to lesson 3 discussion board for U.S. History A. So this discussion board is really a ton of fun because it goes through and talks about the Boston Massacre. Okay, so it has different people who are telling about the Boston Massacre later in the hearing about the Boston Massacre. Now, listen to me, okay? The Boston Massacre was not a massacre, okay? Several people did not die. All right, not at all. Okay. A few people were maybe wounded, and I think one person died. Okay, that is not a massacre, right? However, it was called the Boston Massacre as part of the propaganda of the time. Okay, and you will do a project about that propaganda, and so I want to give you this to get you ready for the propaganda project. Okay, so first of all, you will hear from Thomas Preston, who was an officer in the British Army. While in jail, he wrote this narrative. A British tax collector brought this account to a London ship that left Boston on March 16, 1770. The account was then reprinted in Boston newspapers in June 1770 after the copies of the London newspaper were brought to Boston. Okay, so he talks about what really happened. What really happened. I can talk. It's really cool, and how it really was not a massacre. Okay, and you know, why didn't you fire? Like there was not. There were not many shots fired in this massacre. Okay, and then you will read the account from Samuel Drown. On March 12, 1770, Boston residents held a town meeting, which was how local government decisions were made. At the meeting, colonists appointed a committee to produce an account of what happened March 5th to send to officials in London because they wanted to influence the events of the way the events of March 5th were portrayed. Drown was one of the 96 residents of Boston to give sworn testimony to the justices of the peace about what happened between the British soldiers and residents of Boston. These accounts were taken by ship to London on April 1st, 1770. Okay, so please, you have to realize that this is a little while after it happened. He's a resident of Boston, okay? So there are a lot of things that could be enhanced given what he said, all right? So he says Samuel Drown of Boston, of lawful age, testified, all about this, and he heard Captain Preston say, "Damn your bloods, why don't you fire?" The soldiers did not listen, and Preston immediately said, "Fire," and the soldiers fired randomly. Okay, which is kind of the same thing that Preston said, only Preston said that he was not the one to say that, okay? So that's kind of interesting. Anyway, so here are the questions that I want you to answer about the Boston Massacre, all right? And what do you think happened at the Boston Massacre, okay? So if you will answer that, then that will be fabulous, and that will help you get ready for the project that you're going to do very soon. Thanks so much. Bye.